Hi, my name's Russell and I own the Riverside Garden Centre, and I want to take the opportunity to show you how to build the Spirit range of barbecues. I'm using the S320, which is the stainless steel version. It's an easy barbecue to build, and all you need is a Phillips screwdriver, the spanner which they provide inside the box, and a pair of scissors simply to open the box. Just be careful when you're opening the box. That leaves you with an empty box. And as I've said in the previous videos that I've done, simply fold those in, turn the box upside down. There's your work surface at a nice comfortable height, and that will hold the barbecue while you're building it. So we're now at the stage of building the barbecue, and the great thing with all of the instructions that Weber provide is, look how simple that is. Stage by stage instructions, so simple. Even down to all of the screws, the bolts you need. And if you go on to the stage one, it says A, 16 screws, and there you have it, A, and the screws are separated away from the rest of this. It is simple, you cannot go wrong with this. And if you do, give us a ring and I'll give you every bit of advice that I can do to help you finish building your barbecue. So, we need the base plate. And one of the most important parts of this barbecue is there's a little sign there that says the padlock. That's where the two wheels are located at the front, which are the locking wheels. And that also represents the front of the barbecue. So you always work that is the front. There's the four wheels, and there is your locking. Locate them at the front. And what I like to do is use the drip pan, leave the plastic wrapping on to be able to pull these off, drop them in there, and that helps to prevent any losses of the screws, nuts, bolts, whatever stage you're at. By simply locating them like this. And your screwdriver. The great way of doing this is just simply with one screwdriver, just nip them up like this. And I'm very lucky because I've got a great cameraman which films all these barbecues being built, and what we do is we skip through various stages because it can take about half an hour, 3/4 an hour to build this barbecue, so we go through the next stage. Right, those are the wheels on, so that's the first stage, number one. I like to work with it in the front, so simply turn it over, the wheels are on the lock position so they're not going to move off the box, and you're now going to be on to stage two. Now the most important thing at this point is make sure that the door locator is facing you. So the locking wheels at the front and this. And that means that is the front of the barbecue, so you don't make any mistakes at this point. So we're now at stage two. And it shows you that you need 6 nuts and 6 washers, which are the plastic washers. My faithful old here. And it's now time to locate the side panels. Now remembering but that is the magnet for the front of the barbecue. So you need to make sure that it's located. There's the front. Make sure that when you're putting these screws in, don't tighten them right down, because you need to make sure that they're all located first, because you might have to twist it a little bit. So, plastic washer, and away you go. The most fiddly bit about this is putting the corners in. What I like to do is get the washer on the bolt first, and then locate the next frame, which is the other side. And you can see straight away, you know, it's taken literally about 5 minutes, and you're almost at the stage of putting the support bars in. You've got literally 6 bolts either side, or screws in this case, which will locate and fix the side panels. So we're now at stage 4. Now I want to take the opportunity to show you, because we're producing all these videos, and I just want to give you some idea on the other spirits, the range which we do, the Spirit E210 and the Spirit E310. This is the stainless steel. Now on the other spirits, they come with a bar there and a bar at the back. But on the S320, it comes with a full panel, which locates at the back here. Making sure that your vents are at the top. This can be a little bit fiddly, but it's not too bad. Simply pushing it in there like that. And again, it tells you here 4 bolts and 4 washers. And these are the plastic bolts with the washers. But the nice thing about doing these videos, I thoroughly enjoy doing them, and I hope that it really benefits you and getting good information of how to build these. And the most important thing is simply follow the instructions. And that's it. We're now at stage 5, which is the top bar, which supports this and stops it from spreading out. And as I said earlier on in the video, only difficulty I have is where I end up putting all the bits. So that's the straight bar. Again, 4 screws. Has a little lip on the back here, so when you locate the cooking box, it sits in there. And you can see it's taken no time to build this barbecue. Obviously I'm used to building them, but there is another company like Weber who produce a simple barbecue to build. And I've built many a barbecues in my time. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then we're already on stage 7, which I'm missing 6 because it's a simple This is stage 6, which allows you to hold the grease pan, which just simply fixes into the side here. And stage 7 is bit which is cut out the groove there. That takes the gas pipe which comes through and it locates in there nicely. Sits on there. The only difficulty is when you're filming these products is that I'm trying to work in the best way to show you and give you every bit of information on how to build this barbecue. But obviously because I'm building from the back as well as the front, I can't always show you every procedure. But the book makes it perfectly clear and hopefully you can see what I'm doing at this point. 4 screws, 4 washers. Location in there nicely. And 2 more washers. Side. And one mistake which I've made, and I'm going to turn this barbecue around for this. It's one of the mistakes I've just made again, and it's a mistake which you can easily do. So I'm going to turn this around. You can see it's quite light. When you're locating these 2 front screws, always leave the top one off. And this is a really important tip because later on I will show you why you leave that one off. So I forget and I didn't follow the instructions in the correct way. So you leave those 2 off. I need the 2 washers now and I'll turn this around. This is to catch all the grease and the fat coming out of the barbecue. Just simply turn that around there like that. I can imagine my health and safety man said, oh, it was nearly falling off the box. What are you doing? But it's completely safe on this box. I always use the Weber boxes as my bench. And I think they're brilliant. They're well built. Simply do that. I'll turn that back around. So we're now at stage 9 and 10, which is almost the same. So I'm just going to remove this base down here at the moment. As I say, it's quite light, and put the cookbook up here, cook box as it is, and just simply show you, these are to protect the valves, so you no longer need them. Throw them away. And I'm quite fortunate because I have a cleaner come in first thing in the morning, so I'm quite fortunate in that way. Just simply undo this. This is the valve for the side burner. Put that in the right position. And the pipes are very flexible, so you shouldn't have too many problems. Just treat them with a bit of care, but I mean, they're quite robust. And that is for the ignition. And what I do here, I've just almost made that mistake, is leave this bit of bubble wrap here, so that just protects the barbecue and stops you scratching it as you locate it in. This is the valve which you locate onto your gas bottle. Again, they put lots of protection around this. Just be careful as you're undoing this. You can just use a pair of scissors. Turn your sellotape. Make sure you don't cut the plastic pipe. And you now need to simply push that around pull that through there like that. Just around there, just be careful. And as I say, it's quite robust, so it's not gonna hurt. You'll simply sit that out the side for the minute. And I'm going to turn the box around so hopefully you can see this. As I would suggest, if you're at home and you've got a friend or your wife, just give your hand with the cook box, because it can be a little bit difficult. As I say, I'm quite used to doing this, so my health and safety man would probably say, oh no, you shouldn't be showing them how to do it like this, but just put this on the right side. But this goes on the inside, that on the outside, and by simply making sure before you put it down, all sounds a bit rattly and that, but it works absolutely perfect. So you just make sure all of the pipes are bent in the right position, and you're now ready. No, hang on, sorry. Turn there. Easy to turn the box around. So we've done 9 and 10. We're on the home front, really. We've now got stage 11, and that's by simply locating the valve holder there, which holds the gas pipe and the regulator, and by simply pushing this on the side there, it's just one little screw and a washer. And that secures it nicely. And then stage 12 is the washer, which is a metal washer, spring loaded. So it just gives it, stops it from moving. And that just locates the cook box onto the barbecue frame. And it's just simply held there with 2 screws. And it's coming on really very fast and very easy. So we're now on to stage 13, which is locating the little battery pack, and that's where all your wires go into it. Now let me just give you a little trick here, because I do this sometimes. If you get this wrong, and this wire is, and I'll show you, it's facing there, and you realise that it should be the other side, just simply unclip it and drop the wires down there and simply locate them back. Because that then stops you from being very annoyed that you've located everything and then this is in the wrong place. So we now need to go to pack B. And as I say, Weber have thought of everything on this barbecue. And pack B has the little clips which locate the wires, the little battery, and the screws which locate the battery pack. Put the battery in there. And the chances are I've got that battery the wrong way around, but if I have, we'll soon change it. And simply locate the clips. 2 holes here. You just simply push them in from there. And that allows you to push the wires. It just secures the wires for you. And then 2 little screws with 2 plastic washers. So we're now at stage 14, and that's locating the little side shelf which you can put your sauces and things on. And we now need H for this. As I say, all you've got to do is look on the packet, you can see the H there, and that's the 4 screws you require. That's that located. And remember, so far, one little screwdriver is putting this barbecue together. I think it's absolutely brilliant. We're now on to stage 15, which is putting the front panel on. Now I love this part because we're now well on to finishing this barbecue. There is the lead there. That's your electronic ignition. So when you locate this, simply push that down the side. You've got 2 locating clips at the back there. Just make sure that they're located at the top. Yeah, and there's your 3 screw holes here. So again, J, that's going to give you the 3 screws within this pack. Yep. To fix this next stage. When you're doing this on the other range of the spirits, it's very, very important because this is stainless steel and the others are made with a porcelain finish. Just make sure that you don't over tighten these screws because you can end up damaging the porcelain if you're not careful. On the stainless steel, it's not so important. And as I said earlier on, where I made the mistake with the double bolts, is this is now where you put your bolt on. There's a lug here which helps to support this side piece on the front of the panel, simply by pushing that in there. This one here. There you are. And the great thing about this is you've got a work table there. It's at such a nice, comfortable height. You can walk around the barbecue. You can do everything within this barbecue and it's completely safe. Now, we're now to the next stage, which is 16. And that's locating the 2 side shelves. You'll need K for this. There is your spanner at the right position at the right time when you need it, and it's located within that packet. And there's your 4 little plates which then help to support the shelves with the little black bolts, or the nuts should I say, and one which I've dropped here. So you should have 8 of those, which I've got. Now just find the shelf. I always like to put the simple one on first, one without the gas, is simply by locating it like that. Now this could be awkward for the cameraman because I'm sort of moving around here. 2 plates. Again, this is quite handy. If you have someone helping you, they can just simply hold that for a minute. What I like to try and do is locate 1 bolt which then holds the shelf in position. Just put it up finger tight, and that is now held there with 1 bolt quite safely until you get the other 3 on. If it doesn't go on finger tight, it means that you're putting it on cross-threaded. So just undo it and just thing. It needs to go up finger tight and it should be absolutely fine. Get your little trusty spanner. And that's done. And often people say to me, oh, it's only a pressed bit of metal, but it does the job and it does it very well. So the next stage is going to be putting the side shelf on. Right, so we've now got the final shelf to put on, which is probably the trickiest one of the two, because it's got your little gas connection to go on. And this is the side cooker. What I like to do is, because this can be quite heavy with all the gubbins inside, so I like to take the gubbins out, just lighten it as much as I possibly can, and locating one bolt and one plate, so to try and locate it. You have the two wires here which operate the ignition, so you locate them down between the cook box and the side panel, making sure they go down there nicely. And again, that's it. The most important part of this is make sure you get one bolt which is secure in it, so it's not going to come off and be a nuisance. So I've got one bolt on the bottom there, that's absolutely fine. That's safe enough now to go and get the other 3 bolts in the other plate. And you can work on that without it dropping off. Stage 17, and that's locating the burner, the tube here. And as I say, you can bend this around, it's quite flexible, and that goes in there. And looking for L now, which is 2 little grey bolts, and as you can see, there's the letter L. I managed to cut myself a little bit on there, but it's just a little nick. Just get the little screwdriver. It's worth locating the screw like that. This is a little bit fiddly, but it's not a major problem. And I think it's, there you are. And again, just if it goes in nice and easy, you haven't got it cross-threaded, so it's absolutely perfect and it's working fine. And that's how simple that is. Now, stage 18 is just simply putting the insert of the side cooker on, which is what I took out earlier on. Simply locate it. And that's that done. And I haven't quite bled to death yet, so I'm not doing too bad. And literally I've just nicked it underneath there, which is not a problem. Right, so we're now on to the final stages of connecting, well, I say the final stages, this part, which is 19, connecting all the cables. Now I hope the cameraman can see this, because all of these wires have got green, blue, and the 2 black ones. So, you know, it's quite easy to see where they all go. You can't really go wrong with this. And there's the green, and the 2 little black ones in here at the bottom. And it doesn't matter which way the black ones go. Simply tuck all the wires into the clip, which is located at the back there. It just keeps it all nice and tidy and out of the way. When you've got bits and pieces, just tuck it in there like that. And in theory, if I've got the battery the right way, it should work. And of course, I haven't got the battery the right way. I'm actually going to give myself a prize one day if I actually get this battery right the first time. You can hear it clicking, absolutely perfect, and it's now ready to be cooked on once we've finished the final bit. Now, locating the drip tray. And this is the fun bit because we're at the real final stages now. And this allows all the fat and all the rubbish which drops from the cooking area here, drops down here, funnels through, drops into here where you can see all the bolts are gone, so I've done it properly. Sit it there. This simply locates in the bottom there. This stage I'll take the plastic off so I don't forget. And it comes with one little drip tray. And now almost the final bit is putting the door on. And again, this is described as G, very simple. And this is the point where you know you've got it wrong if you can't just locate that little washer there or whatever you'd like to call it. This is the locator for the door to sit in. The door pin, and then just simply get the door, which I placed in here earlier on. And again, there's the locator for the door which sits here. I like to put the handle on before, after I've fixed the door side. Right, simply put that bolt in there like that. And the useful thing would have been to have actually got the handle, which is, there it is. Yeah, at this stage you haven't got to worry about a Weber logo or anything because there's no logos on the handle on this door. Just nip that up there. There. And away you go. That's it, lovely and tight. And there you have it, there's the door. So, we literally are now on the final stage and the easiest bit of the barbecue, and that's putting the lid back onto the barbecue. Now, this is where I asked my trusty cameraman, Alex, to come and give me a hand to lift this off. And I do stress this at this point. This now is becoming a bit more heavier as a barbecue, and just for health and safety reasons, just get someone to give you a hand to lift it off. So if you wouldn't mind, Alex, just giving us a hand to lift that off. Thank you. You do away with the box. You just pull that back into shot. And it's worth remembering at this stage, just take the brakes off because you can now want to move the barbecue around, and that will move around quite freely. So, locating the lid. Whenever you're working on the Weber barbecues, the lid is one of the heaviest parts, so always remove it. It's so simple to do. You just have two locating clips and the pins, and just simply slide them in, and away you go. I'll quickly turn the barbecue around for this bit, and it literally is just slotting that pin in there, making sure it's lined up. And there's your split pin, and away you go. Job done. Done. Simply pull this, take the tape off. And this is the part where you're almost there, and it's just finishing off the bits and pieces. And I need, oh yeah, the flavorising bars, which are solid stainless steel, covered in a nice plastic wrapping. And there are 4 of these. In fact, I'll tell a lie, there's 5 of them. Maths was never my good point at school. And then the cooking grates, which again are solid stainless steel with this, to say it comes with this gourmet grate, which is absolutely brilliant. So if you're cooking with any of the gourmet accessories, you just take this ring out. If not, if it's just a normal barbecue, simply locate the ring. And we're well on our way. We're now up to 27, locating the warming rack. One thing with the warming rack is all of the Weber barbecues with the Genesis and the Spirit range, they all come with this free of charge. So don't get caught out with those people who are advertising saying, oh, we're going to give you this free. It actually comes as part of the barbecue. These I should have done earlier. They just simply allow you to locate the bottle inside to stop it moving around. Quite simple. Clip it in. Move that. And remember when you're doing the gas bottle, that one thing is really important is that the 5 kilo inside and the 13 kilogram on the outside. And as I'll show you in a minute, they do an actual cover to locate the 13 kilogram. Don't try and put the 13 kilogram inside, it's very dangerous. Now, we are literally on the home straight. We've now done 28 and 20, well, 28, 29 is probably the same thing, but this is a little plastic tray which is located at the back here. And this is to prevent the gas bottle. When you sit the gas bottle on there, it prevents it damaging the metal of the framework. And the final bit, which I think is the most fiddliest bit, and I say the final bit because I've actually missed the control knobs. So I apologise if I miss a couple of bits, but you know, I will show you in a minute, but it's just that I've missed a couple of odd bits, but I will show you those bits I've missed. So, just getting past all this packaging. These are the rings for the cover for the gas bottle. And as I said, they are fiddly, but they work very well. So the idea is that you locate the first one here, and then you just fold it around, making sure that the holes are lined up. And the holes on this have to line up perfectly, otherwise they won't locate properly. And one of the tips here is when you open the packet, the little rubber clips, make sure that you don't lose them. They don't give you any spares, and I've lost them before, and it's a real pain getting hold of some. And they're only little plastic clips, so it's really important to make sure that you line it up. So just get one which is right, so it's going to hold it in position. But you have to make sure the hole is lined up perfectly and just push it in. Simple as that. But if that hole is not lined up properly, it won't just line up that simple. They are not easy things, and they can disappear so quickly. There you have it. And now all you do is locate this. So your bottle goes on here, and there is a strap somewhere. There's a strap which you locate in here, and that will hold the gas bottle on the side of the barbecue. And you simply just put these, locate these here, and that's it. And then you have a space for your 13 kilogram or inside for your 5 kilogram. Now, I just put the control knobs on. The little ones for the side burner. Right, so just putting the control valve on, and there you have it. There's the spirit, stainless steel spirit, built, and how simple. Weber have not only designed this barbecue set, but it builds very easily. The manual, you really can't go wrong. It is a fantastic product. I hope you've learned something from this, and I hope that I've been able to show you how simple it is to build this barbecue. And don't forget, from Riverside, you don't just buy the barbecue. We are here all the time. We have experiences of cooking here. We do demonstrations throughout the year, and we're always at the end of the telephone. And it really doesn't matter if you bought it from us or someone else. If you need some help, just give us a ring. Give me a ring, and I will help you. But I really hope that this has helped you. And if there's any other parts of the barbecues within any of the range that we cover you want filmed because you're not quite sure, I'm quite happy to do it for you. And thank you very much for listening.